Yeah?
We're on, but I need to zoom like I don't see you. Are you zoomed in?
Mm-hmm.
How do I? There we go.
What's up, guys? I'm just going to wait a couple minutes until 2 o'clock. I just want to jump on a few minutes early so people got the notification. I am so excited because we are doing Charcuterie 101 here live in the dish. I hope everyone's doing well, getting ready for the holiday season as much as we can, with all these new normals kind of temporarily in the works, with social distancing and masks and all this jazz. But hopefully everybody is staying safe, and if you guys want to share this video, you guys can totally share this video. Share it to your personal wall and have people come join the dish and learn how to do a charcuterie board. I got some nice fun things. It's going to be a little long live because we're going to do a little hands-on stuff. If you guys have any questions on anything, don't hesitate to ask. I have Nicole behind the scenes. She's going to be on her account, being able to answer any questions that come upon us. What?
Not everybody's in this group, so if you want somebody to see it, they have to.
Invite them. You guys can totally invite people to the dish here. We're at 1.2 right now, 1,200 people. I would love to get some more people in here. I'd love to maybe finish off the year strong at 2K. 800 new peeps in the dish. We're informative. We play games. We did our weekend takeover a couple weeks ago, which is going to be another one of those coming out. When our Black Friday sale is up and running, you guys are going to get invited to that. And you have to be in the dish to learn about an exclusive deal that I'm doing called the 8 Days of Christmas, which is coming up on December 1st. But I'm going to wait a few minutes. If anybody's on, jump on and say hi. Again, this is going to be a little bit of a longer video. If you're watching, please say hi. I can't see. I have my phone. First time, brand new phone, iPhone 12 Max Pro. It's on the tripod. I'm praying it doesn't fall because, brand new phone. I don't want it to fall. I'll take care of this bad boy. I'm very excited. We got a little charcuterie board we're going to do for you guys. I've got some cutting boards. We're going to talk about boards. We're going to talk about meats and cheeses and other things you can do with charcuterie besides meat and cheese. So many different things you can do. I'm very have some ideas for you guys for the holiday season, so I want to go over them with you. So you guys have a few minutes. Grab a drink. Grab a beverage. It's always good to grab a beverage when you're doing a charcuterie board. It's always good to have one when you're watching one of my lives because this is unfiltered. You have no idea what's coming out of this mouth. Nicole will give me the look of death if I say something wrong. But I'm very happy to have you guys here. Again, sit back, relax. We're going to have a little video. It's going to be a little longer. We're going to build a charcuterie board. Something we kind of do on the weekends a lot, but we don't go fancy. And I decided earlier this week I want to go fancy. What?
This is not really fancy.
Fancy. Meat and cheese is usually just putting everything on a cutting board, not laying it out. Here we're going to design it. We're going to get a little creative. And just remember, nothing that I make, whether it's my recipes, my pictures you guys see, whether it's anything I do, you guys make it. You make it yourself. You make it you. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to make sure everything looks like anything I make. Because everybody here is different. Some of you guys might not like these gherkin pickles. So don't use these gherkin pickles, sweet gherkin. Some of you guys might not like olives. I hate olives. Don't use olives. But you can make this board any which way you want. So we're just going to wait. I'm going to go by the stove clock. We're going to wait 2.5 minutes so people can jump on. If you guys are watching, please say hi. I can't see the screen. Nicole is going to be your voice. She's in the back. She can see everybody. She can see you guys' comments. I can't. And if you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. I'm just going to wash my hands. I'm going to grab my apron, and we're going to get started, I guess. So I'm going to wash our hands. Just grab the apron. Nicole, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm actually antsy. I want some meat and cheese.
Bring me the meat.
Yummy, yummy.
Bring me the meat and cheese. Guys, I have a question for you guys as I get my apron on. Hi guys. What's everybody's favorite meat to eat and cheese to eat? Do you guys like cheddar? You got a provolone fan. Do you like the mozzarella? Do you like the burrata? I like burrata. I should have gotten a burrata for this. That might be another video. How to make a burrata platter. Something a little different for you guys. And how much fun you can do with a burrata. Burrata's fun. What's going on? You have a text message?
Yeah, Diana wants a charcuterie board. She wants meats and cheeses.
Bring me the meat! Sorry, alright, let me wash my hands. I'm gonna make a little charcuterie board. And I'm gonna tell you guys, you know, again, everything is different.
Yes, you see some brie, some fig jam.
We're not doing any brie today. That's not brie.
What do you wear?
That's goat cheese.
Goat cheese?
So, I'm going to get started here. I'm very, very excited about this. And guys, remember, you can make a charcuterie platter for you and your loved one. You can make a charcuterie platter for yourself. You can make it for the holidays. You can even make it and leave it as a gift. We'll get into that in a second. So, alright guys, we're going to leave my in my back pocket. Alright, so.
I'm going to zoom in.
We're going to zoom in. Before we get started, look at me with the camera.
Oh, yeah.
When you make a charcuterie board, you can do so many different options. You can do it on, if you have a wood cutting board, a nice wood cutting board. This is a Paper Chef, this is Arcadia wood blend cutting board. I've yet to use it as a cutting board. I use it as my charcuterie platter because I don't want to have to take care of it. I'm going to get probably the second one of these. One is my chopper, one is my board. You can do it one of two ways. You can do it this way, or you can do it on the back. I like doing it on the back just because it's a flatter surface. You can do it on a cutting board if you want. If you don't have a fancy board like this, you can do it on a cutting board. You can do it if you have a marble slab at home that you bought off of a website. You can do it off a marble slab. You can do a charcuterie platter on a plate. You can do a charcuterie platter anywhere.
You could do it here. You could do it there. You could
do it
You sound like Sam I Am.
Sam I Am. If you guys even wanted to make individual charcuterie platters, you can get small little plates and make a little individual charcuterie platter. Put a little pieces of meat, some nuts, some fruit, some everything else on a little plate. What?
Where'd you get that plate from?
This is old Paper Chef Simple Editions appetizer plates.
Thank you.
You can do it on one of those, or you can even do it on Pampered Chef's pizza paddle. You guys go to a housewarming party or holiday party, you want to leave a cute little gift. Pampered Chef came out with a pizza paddle for $35 or $40. I'm not sure the prices. I don't remember prices. So you can even do it on a pizza board. You can put anything you want on here. You can carry it around to the table. You can leave it as a gift. If you have a good relative that you love the most and you want to spend a little bit more money, you can always do it on a wood cutting board. Again, anything is a canvas. Think of this as art. And I hate art. I hate doing art. I can't draw for the life of me. So think of this as a blank canvas where you can put anything you want. But before you get started, it's always fun to do a little bit of wine with your charcuterie platter. First and foremost, our insulated tumblers are great. They keep everything cold, everything warm. They come individually or a set of two with a carrying case for your bottle of wine for when you need it on the go. So we're just going to open this up and we're going to use our electric wine bottle opener. Totally love it. We have a 2016 Macari Vineyard. Shout out to Gibson Campbell. I don't know if you're in the dish. Our wine club manager from Macari. Great wine from Macari Vineyard in Long Island. If you do have the opportunity, you can go on their website, order to go. This is our Dos Aguas Red. I found a red mood. Electric wine bottle opener. 2-button operation. A 13-year-old can do it. Hence, I don't include 13-year-olds holding bottles of wine.
We're not.
Easy 1-2. Easy operation. I don't know if I'm going to really need the cup because I think I'm the only one drinking today. And then you can just pour and go. And what I love about these tumblers is it's called No Judgment Zone. Nobody knows how much is in there. Nobody knows what's in there. We put this to the side. We're going to let that breathe. And we have our glass of wine. So if you're watching us at home or replay, it is 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday. So cheers, everybody. Let's have a little wine. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's get into charcuterie board.
Zoom in on the boards.
Zoom in on the boards. We're going to do a couple of things today. You may see some things, coming in later in play. But let's talk about this. Blank canvas. You can do anything you want. If you want to have the design come this way, if you want to just have it flow, if you want to have it come this way, it's your choice. We're going to go this route because this is the way I like. I like doing it long ways. A couple of things you can always have handy. You can get little ramekins if you guys like. If you like ramekins, or you can use Paper Chef's 1 cup prep bowls. If you want to not have everything running, or if you have that really picky eater who hates their food touching each other, you want to separate things, you can. I like using little ramekins or little bowls for like dips, because you can put dips on a charcuterie platter. It doesn't have to be it could be anything. So like, maybe we'll put some banana peppers in there, maybe we'll put some eggplant caponata in there, whatever you want. So we're gonna put, I like banana peppers. I am a big banana pepper fan. So we got some banana peppers, and what I like about the jarred stuff, and guys, jarred stuff is anything. Banana peppers are a sweet pepper. You can put it on a cracker, you can eat it individually. This is part of the pickled vegetable category. So, pickled vegetable category, you can put on here like banana peppers, you can put on here roasted red peppers, artichoke hearts, marinated mushrooms, whatever your heart desires. And we have some eggplant caponata here, so we're going to put some of this. We're going to use our I don't have anything smaller, I don't have any more ramekins, but you can find ramekins on Amazon. We don't sell ramekins. You don't need to be perfect. You can steal it from a place that gives you ketchup if you want. I don't indulge stealing, but I may have a couple things from the Cheesecake Factory. So we got some eggplant caponata. You don't have to fill it up all the way. You could fill it up a little bit. You could just give it a little bit of spread just to give it a little bit of thing. And you can put the spoon in there. It doesn't have to be, oh my God, perfect, but here. There we go. We got a couple things. And what's great about using ramekins is you can use it to move around to figure out how you want to build your board. Now we're going to talk about meat, because let's talk about meat, baby. Let's talk about you and me. So we're just going to put these to the side. You can put anything your heart desires on the charcuterie board. So, I'm going to go over a couple of different things I have here to show you guys as I spill the spice. You can be easy and buy the stuff already sliced. You can buy the logs of salami and pepperoni. The choice is yours. You can buy the bag of pepperoni. Like I said, the choice is yours. Doesn't matter which way you go. It doesn't matter which way you want to plan, but just keep in mind, you're feeding 4 people. You don't need to have a whole army of salami when you have 3 different meats. Cut it back a little bit. So we're just going to use, on our regular cutting board, we're just going to use a knife. And this salami has a little bit of an angle to it. So we're just going to actually go with the angle of it and just slice it. And keep in mind, guys, you don't have to be perfect on your slices. If you got a log of salami in that holiday gift box that has that cured salami and the crackers and all that stuff, here's what you can do with it. And again, you can just make as much as you want. And it depends. If you have something spicy on your cutting board, like if you have banana peppers, if you even want to put jalapenos on there, guys, you don't have to get all spicy stuff. You want to keep it like mellow, maybe something smoky, maybe something nice. And again, if you buy it sliced already, you don't have to do this process. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. And a lot of the stores right now have like already 3 or 4 different meats in a variety box already that you can buy. Hormel has one that you can buy already too. So here we have some just simple sliced meat. Now, just be creative on where you want to put it, but you want to make sure you have a focal point. So here, I want everything kind of coming in. So we're just going to put some salami right here. Boom, 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 boom. Just a couple pieces of salami. And then I like to kind of, when you're making a charcuterie board, guys, biggest thing is when you have those ebbs and you have that little extra piece, you eat it. But I'm not going to eat it on camera, guys. So here we have some salami. So what else can you do? We have I have some Sorrento ham. Sorrento ham, you can use prosciutto, you can use anything you want. So what's great about this is like a family pack, but not a lot of people are going to eat like some smoked ham. So there's like 4 slices here, but remember, you don't have to just use one whole slice. You can do a couple things with this kind of, with prosciutto and stuff. If you have people who like to take meat and eat the meat by itself, you can just take it and bunch it up and just put it in a little package if you want. If you want to be spazzy with this, which I love, you can take your salami or you can take your supersada, and I'm just going to roll it. And if you're doing the roll feature, you know what the great part about that is?
You got Missy hungry.
Welcome. This is lunch. You can take half. You can just take half of a roll, so you get 2 orders. You get 2 pieces per. So you can take a little of that, and then you can roll up this. And whenever I roll meat, I'll do it on the cutting board I'm serving it on. You know why? Because at the end of the day, if you're using Italian meats, Italian cold cuts. It's got that, you know, it's not the most leanest thing in the world. It's delicious. It's gonna be a double. Just pile it up in a little corner. Like maybe we'll put these meats in the corner. And again, I might only use 4 pieces of this because I don't know, you know, you're going to your house guests, you don't know what your guests are going to like. So maybe you just want a couple pieces of this. Maybe you just want 4 or 5 slices of Sorrento ham. But again, it's just being creative. It's just taking food and, you know, as a kid, Mom, if you're watching, hi, you were told not to play with your food. Well, this is the one time you actually get to play with your food because everything on here is already cooked. We're gonna have a little Sorrento ham. Want to do one more? Let's do one more. We have a lot of this. This is gonna be a nice Italian meat sandwich for during the week of work. Let's do one more. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Oops, it ripped. No big deal. Let's take one more roll. And you know what? We don't have to keep stacking it. We're just gonna take it and let's just flavor it right on top. You know, nice and pretty. And what I like about these they're kind of resealable and they're all natural. Next thing we have some hard salami. Now, some people might be watching, like, you already have the salami here. This is like a general salami. Well, this is a hard salami. This has a little bit of smoke to it. This, you know, has a little smoky flavor to it. And you can do so much with this stuff since it's a little bit more firmer and easier to play with. If you want to, we can roll it. If you guys want to, you can make little squares of it to fit on a cracker perfectly. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do half moons of this. And we're going to take the half moons and we're going to roll it. But we're going to roll it on a diagonal. And look, it gave it a little bit of a long feature. It looks like it's a little bit more to fit perfectly on a cracker. We'll put this right here. We'll build this up a little bit more. And then let's put the salami in the corner. Nobody put salami in the corner. And we'll just start building our board. We'll just take our rolls. If you don't want to do rolls, you can just do a simple fold. You can just do a simple tri-fold. And have a little pocket if you want. Just keep in mind when you start using the Italian meats, your hands may get a little oily from the goodness in there. And then you can even do small rolls if you want. You can do triangles if you want. You can even go with a triangle look. You can even get super fancy and build height. So, we do a triangle look where we rotate each slice into a different direction, so when people are picking it up, they can pick it up. I love salami and I love cheeses and provolones, but you know, with charcuterie boards, you can get really fancy with these if you really want. Putting anything you want on here. You don't like salami? Don't put salami on there. If you're making this and you have younger children in the house, you know what you can do? You can put some roast beef on here. You can put some turkey on here. Something if they don't like the Italian meat look, throw that on there if you want. Make it a cold cut board. That's something you can do. You're just going to kind of angle this so we have a little stack of salami so everybody can pick up a little stack of salami if they want. And what's good about charcuterie boards, guys, is you make it you, your personality. You don't have to be perfect in cutting it. And let's say you have a little stack of salami. Let's do another stack of salami somewhere. Things don't have to be perfect because this fits on a cracker. This will fit on a cracker. We'll put a little bit of it. Joey's gonna cry. But this takes a little bit of time. You can make flowers if you want. If you have that creative ability, you have that artistic ability, you can totally put crackers on here. Wait until you see some of the other stuff we're gonna put on here. I got some creative things you can put on here. And I think maybe one in December, we may do a live of how to do like different appetizers. And what's nice here, we have nice pieces of salami. If you want to double it up, because people might want to double it up, double it up. But we have some stacks of salami here where anybody can come grab a piece or two if they want a little hard salami. Nick, want some more salami? Nicole's going to get her snacks in right now. Just for being my assistant. I'm going to do so too. Take wash the hands, get some oil out. Okay, so we got some meat on the board. Now something else I like to use once in a while. Sometimes in the stores, you'll find like the meat wrapped with the mozzarella cheese. These little snacks you can bring to work, right? Why not use these on a charcuterie board, right? Cut the plastic open. Here's a little pepperoni and cheese. So what can we do with this? We can cut it up. Let's get a little fancy. Let's cut it up on a diagonal. So everybody can take a little piece. And 2 sticks could go a long way. Right? You can take the stick here and lay it right next to our salami if you really wanted to, just to give it a little bit of ooh, ah feature. I know some brands, they make little fresh mozzarellas that are wrapped up with cheeses and meats. Why not use that too? And here you take your little this is pepperoni. Pepperoni, and I believe provolone. I don't know if this is a mozzarella one, but here's where you can get fancy with it. You can make it look cool. If you're creative, past Halloween season, you could have taken this and made it into a little finger popping out. A little bit of an angle, a little bit of diversity. So here we can just take our salami, we can just give it a little bit of color. And it's cut on a diagonal so people can grab a piece or two. And you do that, and it's cut out. You can even angle it out and display it that way. You could even eat it. Nicole's eyeing that one up. So here we're starting to build some color. We have some meat here, we have some meat here, we have some meat here. So now we're going to need some cheeses. Now, when it comes to cheeses, you guys can use anything you like. So I have some manchego cheese, which is something we like here. We're going to take some of this and we're going to cut it. And how do you want to cut it, Nick?
Long sliver thingies.
Long sliver thingies? I'll take some of the rind off. We're going to take some of the rind off because you really don't want to eat this rind. Boom, 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 boom. And then we'll do some slivers. So we'll do half of this because we have a couple other cheeses. And you can go any which way. If you want to take it and go a long ways with it and have slivers like this, go for it. If you want to do little slivers like that, go for it. We're going to do slivers like this because you know what, people, when you bring the board to the table, it's not going to look the same once your friends and family start getting their hands on it. Now, if you're on the island, make sure you have your 10 people for the holidays. And then we can start taking our cheeses, and again, the same thing. Start building it, start making it look pretty. Have it layer up a little bit, like a little thing of stairs if you want. Put it. And here we have a little bit of manchego cheese. Boom, boom. And what's good is nothing is set in stone, so you guys can totally play with your food and put it anywhere you guys like. And I like to try to break up my meats and cheeses a little bit, just so it's kind of not just meat. We all like the meat, but yeah, nice little stack of manchego cheese. Now we have Gruyere cheese too. I like Gruyere cheese. I kind of like a Swiss cheese. It's nice and mild. And you know, for this, again, we can just cut it up into pieces. We'll do squares on this one. But if you guys buy the pre-sliced cheese already, you guys can totally use pre-sliced cheese. You know, this is just buying in bulk sometimes saves you a little bit of money, and just do a different shape, make it look nice, make it look pretty, so we can fan this out. We'll put this, we'll go right over here. We'll fan this out with a little cheese. Again, just building our board, putting things where we want to put it. Again, maybe you want to double it up a little bit, maybe you want a little bit more height. It's just making it up as you go, not having any rhyme or reason. And what's good about Italian meats is, you know, if you leave it out, you're working on this for a half hour, 45 minutes, it's still going to be fine. You know what? This stack, maybe we'll, you know, and when you're playing with your food, again, it's the only time you can really play with your food, maybe you take that salami and you just stack it differently. Give it a different look. Let's finish up this sliver of cheese. And again, you can't go wrong. Provolone cheese, Gruyere cheese. If you wanted to do some fresh mozzarella, if you wanted to do goat cheese, if you wanted to do something else, go for it. Go for the gusto. Go for whatever cheese you guys like. Build a little bit on here. We'll do a double-sided cheese on this one. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm just using a knife and a cutting board. I'm not using any paper chef tools for this one. Yes, I could use the quick slice to cut all my cheese so it's evenly, but you know what? Getting it that rustic look. So we got some cheeses on here. Another thing I like is I love Parmesan cheese. So there's 2 things you can do with Parmesan cheese. Nicole's gonna yell at me because she's like, make sure you have everything before you start your life. I forgot something. There's two things you can do with Parmesan cheese. Now, you can cut it up, but it's a wedge of Parmesan cheese, and usually Parmesan cheese should be grated.
But I like it as a chunk. It tastes so good.
You like it as a chunk, but I really want a thin chunk of Parmesan cheese. So what do you think you should use to get Parmesan cheese shaved? I'm getting the look of death.
What?
A peeler.
Oh.
So you can use your traditional potato peeler, and I'm going to show you a cool little thing you can do with it. It doesn't have to be the Pamper Chef one. If you
I'm just trying to find one.
you have like 3 peelers in there.
This is not Pamper Chef.
It's not Pamper Chef, but you can use a Pamper Chef serrated peeler. And we're going to take it, and we're just going to peel it. So start at one end, go from the other end, and just start peeling little shavings of cheese.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And just start peeling it and making little strands of Parmesan cheese. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we are not judging anybody on their boards. And what's cool about when you do this shave look is I save the rind for my, whenever I get to make sauce, I always like to put the rind in there. So we can take these and we can just place them on the board and just leave it rustic. What do you think of that?
Delicious.
You can leave it rustic. Just put a couple shavings of Parmesan cheese. People can pick it up. People can eat it. People may fold it. People might not like it. People might say, what is that? What is this? You're giving it diversity. You're giving your board a different look. And you know, when you have your family and friends over, they're all eating with their hands. It's so easy just to pick up a piece of little cheese on there.
And put some toothpicks on the plate.
You can put some toothpicks on a plate so people can pick it up and have little strands. And this is easier. This is much easier than having to actually peel it. And you can do this with a hard cheese. You can do this with provolone. You can do this with fontina cheese, Asiago cheese. But here you're giving your cheeses a different look. So then you can say, when people are like, Chef Missy, Chef Nicole, what cheese is on our board? Well, the long strands are your provolone, Parmesan cheese. Your squares are going to be a Gruyere cheese. And your triangles are going to be a Manchego cheese. And you can see our board is picking up. It's got some spice to it. It's got some pizzazz to it. Now I have one more cheese I have for you guys. Now, some people, this might not be a good opinion, but some people may like goat cheese. I always buy my goat cheese plain because I like to make it my own. Now, I always like the little logs. You know why? Because they're so much easier to deal with. And usually when people get goat cheese, they kind of take it and they spread it, right? Don't they spread goat cheese on things? Mm-hmm. So here we have a nice little goat cheese log. I'm going to use about 3/4 of it. Put that on our board and save that for later. I'm going to rinse my hands off. And here's something fun we get to do. Alright. Ready for this one? We're going to take it, we're taking a knife, and I'm going to score it. And wiggle it back and forth a little bit. Score it, wiggle it back and forth a little bit, and keep going on through it. Go halfway on the scoring. Try to create a little bit of air in between the cheese. Kind of like a Hasselback potato, right? I'm not going to get any more. And we're going to take a Pamper Chef seasoning. We're going to take our Herbes de Provence seasoning. And you can do this with Italian seasoning. You can do this with everything. We're just going to actually just sprinkle just a little bit of Herbes de Provence seasoning on there. And you look, instead of buying it where it's completely immersed in a seasoning, here you're just going to get a little bit of seasoning. If you like the Pamper Chef sweet basil rub, you can do that. Italian, the rosemary herb, if you know, you know. And sprinkle it on there. Hey, listen, there's a little extra on the board. Not that big of a deal. Nice little spice in there. So we're coming along. We got some cheese on here. We got some meats on here. What else could we put on here? All right. So we're gonna make something. We're gonna make something for you guys. We're gonna do a stuffed tomato.
God.
And this is something easy you guys can do. Simple you guys can do. Take a couple of these tomatoes you find. You know those tomatoes that are kind of Caprari tomatoes, I think they're called? We're going to take them. I'm going to take 4. And this is a tomato. We're going to do this together. We're going to cut the top off. We're going to take a little bit of the bottom off. Why do you want to take the bottom off? Because you want it to stand up. And then we're going to take, I already did 3 of these beforehand. Take a little spoon, tomato over it, and just get in there and scoop out the insides, where all those seeds are, where all those guts are and all that stuff. We're going to take that out. So we have a cup of tomato. How many we got watching, Nick?
I don't think it's accurate.
So we have 4 tomatoes, and we're going to use... Now, you can stuff tomatoes with anything. If you want to do cheese, if you want to do a fresh mozzarella, we're going to use Alouette cheese spread. And I love this for crackers, for Triscuits. Has a little garlic and herb in it already. So all we're going to do is mix it up and get a little bit of that garlic and herb in there. And we're just going to spoon it in there. So again, we get to play with our food. Use the spoon, use your finger, get that spread in there. You can do this with cream cheese, and if you guys like those pepperdew peppers you can find there in pickle aisle, you can do that too. Spoon a little bit in there. You can do a little cream cheese spread with some fresh basil. You can do some, if you ever find little burrata bowls, you can put them in there too. And you can just magically place these stuffed tomatoes on your board. Simple to do, easy to do, nice little bite. It's like a stuffed tomato. You're taking the inside out, the juiciness out. You can do this as like an inverse tomato mozzarella salad. If you take some fresh mozzarella, like those little balls, and you get tomatoes that are big enough, stuff them.
There's like pearl mozzarella balls. You
Yeah, pearl mozzarella balls, pepperdew peppers. Why not? But I like the cheese. I like the Alouette cheese spread, and I'll have to find a recipe. I did a BLT stuffed tomato, where it's cream cheese, it's a little Worcestershire sauce, chunked up bacon. I think we put a little bit of cheese in there with the cream cheese. Boom. Guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. A little extra is going to be good. And what's good is this is going to give you placement. So let's say you have that dead spot somewhere, you don't know where to put something. Level it off with your tomato if you want. Again, you do not have to be a perfectionist when you make a board. I have paper towels behind me. I'm fine.
Okay.
Nicole knows me already. I go through a ton of paper towel. And what's good is, let's say you have like 10 guests coming. You can do these stuffed tomatoes ahead of time. Just do them a couple hours before, stuff them. If you want to be really fancy and use that piping bag, use a piping bag if you're doing something. We'll go here with that. So there, we have stuffed tomatoes. Easy, right? Okay, so what else can we put on this board? Wash my hands, grab a towel. My non-favoriteest thing in the world.
Do you want another little thing, or are you okay?
Olives. They're fine. Everybody gets a board. They always have olives on there. So here, just take some Kalamata olives, throw them on board. Again, if you have those, if you know somebody's a picky eater who's not going to eat something that's touching something they like, don't put it on there. In this house, everybody loves olives, so we'll do 2 things of olives. We have these Kalamata olives. You can do 3 or 4 different olives on there if you want. I also have a couple of mixed olives. And this is coming along pretty well. I mean, we have a little focal point. Everything's coming to the middle. And guys, when you make charcuterie boards, do it in season. If you have some fresh zucchini from your garden and you don't know what to do with it,
Can I taste one of those?
if you don't know what to do with it, grill up some zucchini in small little pieces.
Oh, those are good.
They are good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And grill up some zucchini. Throw some grilled zucchini on your charcuterie board. This is just a mixed olive, so I have some green ones. So I'm gonna put some green ones here. Why not? Who cares?
I think you're good.
And then we'll just put, we have a little bit of a gap in there. You know what? We'll just take them, we'll just fill it up with a little bit of mixed olives. There's a little bit of olives. So there's a little olive section we have going on.
Stephanie would like an olive too.
Stephanie,
I'm gonna botch her last name. Santerre. Santerre.
that's Carol's daughter. Hi, Steph. All right, we got some olives. We have some cheese. What else are we missing?
That
Dried
thing.
fruit. Now, when you guys go, I don't know if you guys, where some of you guys are, Long Island, other if you have wineries, you get a meat and cheese platter. Usually you get some dried fruit as well. So we're going to take a fig. We're going to take some dried apricots. If you guys have dried mangoes, whatever your heart desires. And what's good about like these little dried fruits is it's giving you an option to filling out areas that are a little bit, you know, naked. We have a fig. We're just going to cut the fig in half. It's a dry fig. Let's place it.
I should do one more fig in there.
Let's place it. Just put it somewhere. Give it some color.
It's really pretty.
We're getting there. We're making it your own. Now, again, if you guys are doing this in the summertime and you guys have pickles, we put pickles on there. And we haven't even touched the cracker situation yet. I usually do crackers on the side when I'm doing a charcuterie board.
That's good.
I'm usually, you know, sometimes I'll do crackers on the side. Sometimes we'll take some Triscuits. And we'll put a plate of Triscuits on, or we'll just use a regular plate and line up our crackers. But sometimes you want to display a couple of crackers on there. We're going to display some Triscuits. These are basil and garlic with quinoa seeds. And, you know, we're obviously going to have more Triscuits than what I'm putting on the board. But we're just killing a little bit of negative space for that picture that's going to go on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, or anything else you want. And here we just finish off with a couple of random things. So let's say people in your house like pickles. Take a couple pickles. Take a pickle. Let me toothpick. Top.
I'm looking.
Top shelf, I think. Did this on the impromptu. Take a pickle, take an olive. Here, get creative if you wanted to. Use toothpicks. Toothpicks are greatest friends. We're doing this on the fly, guys. Your toothpicks. You can take Kalamata olive. You can take a pickle. It's ready to go. You can stick it in something if you really wanted to give it a little bit of color and a little bit of height. You can take a pickle. You can take an olive. You can just place your pickles on the board randomly if you want. If you have a cherry tomato, throw a cherry tomato on there. What's nice about this is you take your like fruits, your dried fruits, your artichoke hearts, your roasted peppers, and you kind of plug in the holes where you see a cutting board. So we'll do one more pickle. Maybe we'll do the pickle like that, so it kind of brings it up a little bit. And look, we're getting some, you know, some coverage on there. And we have some crackers on there. Let me close up these pickles so I don't spill anything on there. If you want to, you guys can see my area. If you have a jam, if you like fig jam, you could take it. I'm not going to put any on our cutting board now because I don't want to really use this today. But you can take a fig jam if you want. You can do it on a cutting board. You can do, like, if you have a spot right here, you can do a smear. Do like a smear of jam so people can just like take a piece of meat and smear it in the jam if you want. If you have any fresh herbs in your house, if you have any parsley, if you have any basil, ship it on a little bit of basil. Throw some basil on there. If you have the negative space and you want to throw some more crackers on there, grab a different cracker. These are going to be gluten-free crackers. So, hey, throw a cracker on there. Throw some negative space on there. Just take a couple. Maybe just take a couple and just build your board with it. Just for that picture aspect. There's some cheese on there. There's some meats on there. And something else you can do too. Now, you may look at me like I have 14 heads. If you have a leftover bagel, you guys Sunday morning, you get those dozen bagels, you get 3 free. You're not going to eat them all day. Take a bagel, quarter it, and just do some slices. Throw a bagel slice on there. You don't even have to toast it up if you want. You can just throw some bagel chips on here. If you want to take them, throw them on a bar pan, a sheet pan, toast it on up a little bit. But here you're giving it like that fresh bread and it has that seasoning on there, like that everything but the bagel seasoning. These are everything bagels. Throw a couple bagel chips. And if you have more bagels, take them, make your own chips and use them as bread. Because you know somebody's going to be like this. Oh, look. There's a bagel. I might take this piece of cheese and make myself a little bagel sandwich. And here you go. Maybe you'll throw a banana pepper on it. Boom. Nice little thing on a bagel. Nicole's like, banana peppers. It's delicious. It's not even toasted. But, oh God, I haven't had a banana pepper in a hot minute. But here's a nice, easy to do charcuterie platter. And if we look at it, it's flowing. There's not like the overabundance of meat on there. We didn't use a ton of meat. We're using bread. We're using cheese. We took tomatoes and put a little bit of spread in there. If you want to do fresh tomatoes and mozzarella, do a row of tomato mozzarella. Put the balsamic glaze on top. Make it your own. And guys, when you do charcuterie boards, it just doesn't have to be meat and cheese. Let's say you want to do a sandwich board. Do your meat. Do some ham and some turkey and some chicken if you want to. Roll it up. Like, you know how you used to eat as a kid sometimes? Rolled meat. Throw it on there. Throw a ramekin of mayo, a ramekin of mustard. Maybe put some pickles on there. Get some tomato slices. You can do that. You can do a hot chocolate bar charcuterie board. How would you do that? Great question, Joey. You can... Where's my wine? We're chatting now. You can do a hot chocolate bar where you're putting whipped cream in one of these, where you can put a couple of peanuts or marshmallows or candy cane pieces or candy canes. You can be really fancy with candy in your hot chocolate. Or, even better, you can do a ice cream charcuterie board with a bunch of seeds. You can put some sprinkles in a ramekin. You can put a couple of chopped up candy pieces on a cutting board and have everybody just go at it. And you know what the great part is? When you're cleaning this up, instead of having sprinkles everywhere, you're containing the mess to the cutting board. And of course, if you're doing an ice cream bar, you're going to contain the mess to the tablecloth as well. But here's a simple to do, easy charcuterie platter, and obviously this is for more than 4 people. But you can do it on any surface, and you don't need to be like, I need 15 things. I need the roasted peppers. I need the artichoke hearts. I wanted artichoke hearts on here too. I didn't have any, and I forgot to get them. Oops. A couple of other kind of boards you can do, charcuterie boards. Maybe you're making a potato soup or something simple like a broccoli cheddar soup or a tomato soup. Put a couple toppings on there. Bacon, scallions, cheddar cheese, anything you like. 3 different cheeses on there. If you want to put some chopped up bacon, smoked bacon, go for it. Go for the gusto. But here's a great thing to do for the holidays. Bring it, if I were bringing this to somebody's house, this would be in a sealed container. That would be plastic wrapped. I would just put them on there and say, thank you for letting me come to your house for the holidays. Here's a gift from me to you. You can keep the cutting board as a gift for this amazing occasion. Guys, thank you for my 36-minute live charcuterie board 101. If you have any questions on anything, don't hesitate to ask, but make it yours. Do the hot super salad. Do whatever your heart desires. We're going to take a picture of this. If you guys are going to make a charcuterie board, post in the dish. Let us see your charcuterie board. Whether you have a fancy cutting board like this, or if you have a pizza peel. Heck, you can even do it on a small little cutting board. Even if it's for one, or a small plate. Show us your board. Show us your meat. Show me the cheese. I want to see your meat and cheese board. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on our Charcuterie Board 101. There will be another one of these coming up soon. I don't know what the topic is going to be. We're going to think about it. Maybe one day we'll make homemade granola.
We'll see.
I want to show everybody how to make homemade granola. It's so much fun to make it yourself.
Okay.
But guys, cheers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Stay safe. Before you know it, Turkey Day is coming. If anybody needs any Pampered Chef, let me know. I'm here to help. Have a great day. Cheers.